Hey everybody, this is the first video on this channel. The channel's name is Junior Plays, obviously assuming that I'm Junior. Junior, I'll be the one that is predominantly playing on this channel. The things you might see on this channel are lots of gaming. For example, MLB The Show, which is like what this video is on, and gaming like Madden, and there's plenty of video games in itself. So what this video is basically going to be the introductory into my franchise mode on MLB The Show 26, where we will be using the Oakland Athletics. And with this team, I have plenty of plans. The goal would be to get them a World Series. I'm not for sure if they've won it in the past, but I'm pretty confident they have. But the goal would be to bring them back to glory, because we all know they were great once, and they have some great young players on this team. For instance, we look at players like Nick Kurtz, who had a phenomenal rookie season, 36 home runs, 86 RBIs, and a 290 average in your rookie year. I'm pretty sure he brought home the Rookie of the Year in the Silver Slugger, so that's great for in your first rookie season. We have players like Shane Langeliers, who has been around for a while. He's 28, so he's starting to get up there in age, but I mean, having over 20 home runs the last 3 seasons for a catcher and getting 3 WAR is amazing. Brent Rooker's getting older, however, he's still good. Jacob Wilson, probably my favorite player on this team. I like how he's a great contact guy. He probably could have won the Rookie of the Year last year if he didn't fall off near the end. But he got a 3 WAR player. He's normally going to get you a 300 average because that's what he does. He gets on base. He's not a big power guy. However, I have lots of confidence in him. And probably one of the cooler prospects on this team, we have Jamie Arnold. They just drafted him in 2025. I believe he was the 9th overall pick. And I have lots of confidence in this guy. I think he can develop into a very good starting pitcher for us eventually down the road. And I'm going to start him in Double-A, and that's going to create a bit of a problem, but we'll get to that. There we go. Send Domingo Robles to Triple-A. So I'm going to start him in Double-A. I'm going to see how he does. And other prospects I could think of are Leo DeVries. Switch hitting, right-handed shortstop. And like you can see, he's already got the glove. He's got the speed. He's just going to have to develop the hitting over time, and he's about 19, I believe. So he's going to start in Double-A. Going to really want him developing, and I mean, I'm not for sure when we'll see him. We probably will see him in the first season. However, he is a very, very good player, and I can definitely see him being the best player on this team one day if he develops and gets his full potential, which I'm not for sure if he'll hit. However, I believe if he can hit that full potential, which I'm assuming is somewhere in the 90s, so he could be probably the best shortstop in the league one day, that would be huge for us in this team. Although Jacob Wilson would have a bit of corruption, but he can play second, third, and center field too, so that's even better. In center field, we have Denzel Clark. He's not the best hitter. If you guys watched last season, he's really not that good of a hitter. But what I do love is that fielding. If you see his 99 ability, he can do basically anything in the outfield, and that's like one of the best parts, one of the best things you can have on a team is have a player that can play any outfield position and play the defense. Probably the best in the league. And he's also really fast. He's got 93 speed, so I'm really looking at him being the future center fielder of this team if he can develop that bat a little bit. Lawrence Butler, he'll be our right fielder for the foreseeable future as he's on a 6-year, $9.4 million contract. I didn't know about that, but that is what he's on. And he's very good. He gets about 20-ish home runs a year. He gets about 60-ish RBIs. He sorry for that noise in the background if you can hear it. Something just turned on. But he's great in the outfield, gets a 2.1 WAR a year the last 2 years, so 25 years old, B potential. I mean, he's looking like he can be very good for us, just not so good against lefties. Now let's go take a look at our current starting pitchers on the team. We have Luis Morales. He'll likely be our 5 starter. He's he's quite young. He's got C potential. He's not the best player I've ever seen, but I like his fastball, 74 rating on 97 miles an hour. I really like that fastball, and I'm going to give him a shot at the major league level. And, sorry, stick drift on this controller. Aaron Savali, he was good back with the Guardians, if you remember him there. Yeah, he was a decent starter back with the Guardians, and now he's made his way to the Athletics, and we're hoping to get a decent season out of him, like a 1.5 WAR, 2 WAR season. Wouldn't be terrible. Jeffrey Springs, he's had a very good career. He's been very good over his tenure, and I'm really excited to see what he can do for us. He averages, 7.9 WAR. I would take a 1 WAR season, 2 WAR season out of him. Just give us an ERA under 4, and I'd be pretty happy. And then Luis Severino, he's going to be the ace of this rotation. He's really developed over the last few years, I find. Well, I guess not, but I remember him being very good with the Mets that one year, where I'm pretty sure he threw the complete game, which I remember watching. That was cool. But, look, he gets 2.5, 2.6 WAR a season nowadays. If you can give me a 2 WAR season and an ERA under 4, I'll gladly take that out of my ace, out of Luis Severino. And now, looking at our bullpen, there isn't too much to show here. Yeah, there's not too much to show on our bullpen. I'm going to look through, see if there's anybody else I want to show. Max Muncy. I'm not for sure if I'll actually start him at the major league level, but he's big potential. He's 23 years old. He's got a bright future. We have a lot of young infielders on this team that can really bring this team together one day, so I'm really liking that. But he's not the best player. He's really young. He's really raw, but he's definitely got potential. But Zach Geloff is phenomenal. I know he's only 74 overall in this game, but I really like him in real life. I think he's a phenomenal player. So I would definitely not count out Zach Geloff being the future second baseman of this team. But either than that, I guess we'll take a look at Brent Rooker. He gets about 30 home runs a year. And, giving us 30 home runs a year, and yeah, he is 31, but that's still plenty more years to give us what we need. He gives us 30, 30, 39, 30, 69, 112, and 89 RBIs. So he's a really good player. He gives a really crazy WAR difference, but I'd expect a 3 WAR season out of him. If I can get a 3 WAR season of Brent Rooker, I would be very, very happy. And then we have Tyler Soderstrom. He's pretty young, but he's actually looking pretty good. 25 home runs last season, 276 average. What was his WAR? He had a WAR of 4, so high expectations for him. And yeah, that's looking like what the team will be for opening day, where we will have the Toronto Blue Jays for a 3-game set. And after that, let's go take a look at the pitching rotation. So this is not what's going to happen. So Luis Severino is going to be the ace of the rotation, like I said, and then I'm going to throw Jeffrey Springs at the 2, which, realistically, I don't hate that. So Jeffrey Springs at the 2, and then we're going to throw Luis Morales at the 5, and then I guess Jacob Lopez, Aaron Savali. So my plan here is I want to throw my 2 big guys out to start, and then I'm going to give Savali, I'm going to put a break between Springs and Savali, so then we'll put Jacob Lopez, and then Morales will round us out. Not really the greatest rotation ever, but I do have faith in this team. Luis Morales is young. He's going to develop over time. Jacob Lopez is also 28. He'll develop a little bit over time. And then we have an established starter in Luis Severino and Jeffrey Springs. So I'm not hating this rotation at all. Aaron Savali's 30, but I'm not hating this rotation at all. And I believe it's center field that we're missing. It is. So, yeah, we're looking at this team. Brent Rooker's not going to lead off, that's for sure. I don't know why they have Brent Rooker leading off. That's not smart. So I think Nick Kurtz, he's a big power guy, and I want him in the game at least every first inning. So I'm going to throw him at the 3 hole. And then Jacob Wilson should lead off because he's got the big contact. And then Denzel Clark at 9th. Tyler Soderstrom in left field. I do like that versus the righty pitcher. So I'm going to throw Soderstrom. Kurtz, and then I'm going to have Brent Rooker be the DH in the 4 hole, so then we have 2 big power guys back-to-back. So, so one of them will hopefully come up, and then we're going to have Butler will bat 5th, and then we'll have Langolier 6th, and then Carlos Cortez, no, I want Jeff McNeil in here. I'm going to throw Jeff McNeil in the 7th hole, and then it's going to be Denzel Clark, and then I want Zach Geloff, who has decent contact for his right, rounding us out. So that's going to be our lineup versus the right-handed pitcher. Now let's take a look at left-handed pitcher, because this will change the lineup a little bit. So Brent Rooker's also not leading off, but what's Kurtz's numbers versus lefties? He really struggles getting contact versus lefties. He's still going to start, obviously, because he's probably he's probably a top 3 first baseman in all baseball, so he's still going to get the start, but Jacob Wilson will lead off again. I think he's always just going to be our leadoff man. I think that's where he's best fit. I'm going to throw Kurtz in the 2 and then Rooker at the 3. That's going to be my plan here. And then in the cleanup, it's going to be Langoliers. And I don't know if I want you starting. I want Zach Geloff instead of McNeil, right? No, McNeil's actually has good contact. Carlos Cortez does too. But no, I'm going to bring in Zach Geloff instead of Carlos Cortez. So Cortez will likely just be on the bench. And then Colby Thomas or Lawrence Butler. I think Lawrence Butler needs to start every game, because I think we're paying him to play the whole game. So we're going to play Cortez, or we're going to start Butler, and then it's going to be, you're not going to bat that high. Butler, Clark, McNeil. Okay, so I'm thinking for lefty pitchers, we're going to have Jacob Wilson lead off, and then we're going to have Nick Kurtz bat 2nd. We're going to have Brent Rooker hit 3rd at the DH. We're going to have Shane Langoliers play catcher and be the cleanup versus the lefties. And then we're going to have Soderstrom come in left field versus the lefties. And then we're going to bring in Zach Geloff at 3rd. And then Lawrence Butler at right field, Denzel Clark in center, and Jeff McNeil on 2nd base. Now, do not get me wrong, this could easily change. Like, over time, one can struggle and be put down, one can be better and be put up. This isn't anything set in stone. This is just what's going to start the season and likely be what will be our lineup for the first month or so. I don't think I'm going to change it too much in the first month. And then, I don't think I'm going to change too much to start. Let me just sim to the day that our game is. But we're not going to change too much in the beginning, because I don't think it's ever smart to change a whole lot in the first month or so. So you really got to let those guys develop in there. But let's go take a look at our reliever I was thinking of, Mark Leiter. So he's going to be our closer, and I mean, it looks like he's been struggling the last 2 years, because he has been. However, I do have a lot of faith in him at closer, because, I mean, he has lots of experience, and I like that experience to help out our team and get, like, better overall. And I love that curveball rating and stuff, and I know he is 35, but I'm going to trust him to be our closer for the next year or so, maybe 2 years, depending on how well he's performing at his age and how many good players I can find. Now, let's take a look at free agency. We have Nicholas Castellanos is in free agency. I didn't know that, but I mean, he's not had a bad career overall. I don't think I'm going to sign anybody, but just nice to take a good look at everybody who's in here. Ryan Burr does interest me a little bit, but Tyler Anderson, no, but that is interesting. Yeah, I'm not going to sign anybody. I'll just take a scroll through. Charlie Morton, he's still in the MLB. Jeez, he's played forever. So yeah, that's looking like everything I was wanting to go over. Went over some of the big prospects like Jamie Arnold. I'm a big fan of him. Went over Leo DeVries, who's probably one of the best up-and-coming prospects in the MLB. And yeah, that's looking like our team. So some of the big players that we're hoping to develop will be Nick Kurtz and Jacob Wilson, currently in the MLB. However, we are really going to be paying attention to the careers of Jamie Arnold and Leo DeVries as they come up through the minor league system and hopefully play for our team in the near future. I mean, I'm sure Jamie Arnold will take 2 to 3 years maybe to come up, but Leo DeVries, I can see him coming up if he develops in like September or maybe start of next year. Like, he's not too far away. But yeah, so that's about it for this video. We just gonna take a look at our matchup here. We have Luis Severino, as he's our opening day starter, versus Dylan Cease, who we will play this game in the next video. However, how I'm thinking I'm gonna play this series out is I'm gonna play a game. I'm gonna play a full game, and then I'm gonna sim for a bit. We'll jump in for moments, and then we'll try to play a game every 2 to 3 weeks. So, like, we'll sim all these games. And if there's any game that really interests me, we'll play. And like, I want to play games at home, likely, but we'll definitely play this Blue Jays game, and then we'll likely play one of these Rangers or White Sox games. But let's go take a look at the settings. So just go take, I'm not going to play on GOAT, I think I'm going to play on Hall of Fame. That'll be, yeah, we're going to play on Hall of Fame difficulty. That's what I think is fair to play for this franchise. And yep, that's about all for this video. If you want to check out more, I'm assuming this series will be daily. Try to get a video out daily, maybe every 2 days. However, gonna try to start making these videos for you guys. So everybody have a great day, and thank you for watching the video.